Good morning. It is 7:30, well, 7:37 to be exact, or 7:35 on my phone actually. So I'm getting a little bit of a later start than I had hoped. I had a really hard time getting up this morning and it's only Monday. Happy Monday. So today it is 29 degrees. The sky looks very white. It looks not really blue, kind of a grayish color. I think we're headed for some rain. I think that Tuesday or Wednesday we're headed for 50 degrees. So I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I only have 2 more subscribers to go to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm very excited. So on this channel I talk a lot about teacher stuff, mom stuff, tips and tricks for general life, and I really appreciate all who come by to check out my channel. I do have also some knitting videos, so I have a list that I'm working on that is the zip up the back baby sweater, and that I just finished one more of those sweaters and I have to sew up the zipper. Hopefully I'll do that tonight. I do have the video for the zipper tutorial, and I did most of that sweater. I also have the PDF if anybody's interested in checking that out. Let me know by email and I can send you the PDF. You can print it out and you can also check mark it and stuff like that. And also on my channel I tell some stories about my life, a mom of 13 kids. Yesterday I shared a little bit about how to get a cheap Christmas tree. So, do you have a Christmas tree? Are you putting up a Christmas tree? Do you plan to put up a Christmas tree? I know people that put up Christmas trees like around Thanksgiving and they're just, do Christmas for a month. I'm not really like that. I like to do it when I have time, and I've been running around so busy these days. So I haven't really put up a tree yet. I have a couple fake trees. I need to make room, so I've been running around so much I haven't had time. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thanks for coming to this video. I really appreciate it. Today I thought I might talk about my violin story. So when my kids were younger, I had 5 kids taking violin lessons at the same time. My oldest daughter, 1, 2, 3 daughters, and then I had a boy, and then I had 2 daughters. So all 5 of the girls did violin. And my boy was a little, kind of a rage person. I was afraid he might get mad and break it or something, so I didn't give him a violin when he was younger, but he actually took piano as he got older. Thank you so much for coming to this video. I have 2 more subscribers to make it to 1,000, so if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm telling my violin story. So my husband and I were friends in college, and I was visiting his house. I believe we were engaged at the time, and we actually were married for 3 years before we had our first child, the first of 13, if you didn't know. And my husband and I always talked, he said, when my kids get older, I want them to play sports, and I said, I want my kids to do music. And so I said I always wanted my kids to play the violin. I didn't even have kids yet. And so his mother said, really? You want your kids to play the violin? I have a violin. So his mother went up to the attic and she got a violin that actually was handmade by her uncle. And her uncle had a daughter who he made this for his daughter, and then when she got really good, she got a nicer violin, so this one was just hanging out. And so So she got the violin, and she took violin lessons for a while, and then she was willing to give it to me. So she gave it to me, and it actually needed some help. It needed some repairs. It needed strings. It needed a new bow and everything. And so I took it, and I thought I would want to play it myself. But of course, time is, time is crazy when you're young and you're trying to figure out life. So I never did take violin lessons myself, but my daughter was born, and she was about 3 years old. We went to a church where the pastor's daughter was in 8th grade, and she was going to start teaching violin for the first time ever. And she was an amazing kid, like very mature for her age. So I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. What do I need to do? Well, she was charging like some ridiculous amount, like $3 or $4 per lesson. And then we rented the violin because I realized the violin we had was way too big for a little child. So there was a way that we could rent a violin, and then we rented them through a company, and then we ended up moving. That was when we lived in Wisconsin. We moved to Massachusetts area, and we realized there was a way you could buy the violins online and get them fixed so that they have better strings and all that. So that's what we ended up doing through the years. So originally we rented the violin in Wisconsin. My mother lived in Wisconsin. We moved back to Massachusetts, and we would bring violins back and forth. And my kids actually went to music school out in Wisconsin when we lived out here in Massachusetts, and we did a lot. And then when we actually moved to New Hampshire, my parents moved back to New Hampshire, we had a violin teacher right down the street from where we lived. It was just really kind of a miracle how it all worked out. But she would teach all of my kids at the same time, and she gave us like a group rate, and we did that for years. And then my oldest kids were actually in the orchestra, which was in the nearby town. That orchestra is still in existence. It's like it was just starting out. We were there, and it's grown quite a bit. So we did a lot with the violins. The violin playing was a huge part of our lives. They played the violin all the way through up into high school. My oldest daughter taught violin. She kind of took on the same role as her teacher. When she was in 8th grade, we announced to our homeschool groups in the area that my daughter was going to teach violin, and she charged a small price, and she had as many students as she could handle, and she called it Little Fingers Music School. And she taught them all during the year. We had recitals every about quarter, maybe 2 or 3 per year, and the big one at the end was really awesome. So she did all of the planning herself. She interacted with all of the parents herself. She did all the teaching. She was a great teacher. And she had a lot of students. And we got to be good friends with many of the families that took lessons. She would clean up the house, get things ready for violin lessons. And the parents, what we ended up doing was, instead of doing a few each day, we dedicated an entire day just to violin lessons. So we homeschooled, and then on, I think it was Tuesday, we had people coming and going all day long into the house to take the lessons. And then we would plan the recitals at the end of the year. We did Christmas recitals, and we also, in the summers, a couple summers, we had camp. We had a camp at our house, and we would do music things as well as fun and games and things like that. So it was a lot of fun. So it was kind of a family activity. I really wish that I kept up with it. It was kind of my dream to have a music school, and it was starting out really good. But then my kids, oh boy, it's snowing. Looks like it's snowing out, so that's what all that whiteness is about. And I haven't heard how much snow we might get, but it is 31 degrees and it does look cold and snowy. So one of my dreams was to have a music school and to kind of run a music school, although I'm not proficient in all instruments. I play piano, I play flute, and I wish I had kind of pursued that a little bit more, but it's hard. It's hard to start a business with your family. And I have seen a lot of success with families that they work together and they have a business and they do really well, and I've always kind of been jealous about that. But I can see now where some of the truth is coming out about family drama and in the news and different situations. And when you try to force people, like say your family, if they're not really that into it, and you try to say, hey, this is the family business, you have to do it, and you have to do it this way, it's exhausting. And sometimes it's just better to kind of let go and let things happen naturally instead of trying to force something. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't keep up with the violin thing, but you know, my kids had to choose for themselves what they wanted to do with their lives. And so my oldest daughter still plays violin, and her daughter now plays violin. So her daughter plays the violin that we got from my mother-in-law, who has since passed away. So we have passed it down to another generation, and this Wednesday we're going to be going to a fiddle concert. So I'm really looking forward to that. So my oldest granddaughter plays the violin now, so that is very exciting. And I would totally recommend music for children. Music is a huge way to keep kids thinking good things and practicing something, learning something. It's good discipline, but it's also good for your brain. It's good for the, you know, health of your brain to listen to music, to sing music, and to even play music. So down through the years, I've had violin players. I have one daughter that played the flute quite well and up it through high school. I have a son who ended up playing the trumpet, and another, my oldest boy, he played the piano, and he's good at the guitar as well. So that was the other thing. Down through the years, I realized that, okay, fine, we want to branch out. We don't all want to do the violin. So we branched out to other instruments, and my mom kind of helped us take them to music lessons. And one of my daughters played the piano really well, my seventh daughter. And she also played the clarinet for a music, what do you call it? It's kind of like kids in high school, they get together and they have music. It's kind of competition. So she played for that. And then the younger ones didn't really feel like doing music lessons. So since we were in school and everything, I just kind of slacked off on pushing the music. But all my older kids, they always sang in church. They always loved to sing together. And I really miss that. But one year, we all got guitars. We all, like, I went on Amazon. I ordered everybody a guitar. I always wanted to play the guitar. I have a guitar. And actually, I think it needs new strings now. But I have a guitar, and I always wanted to learn. So I figured, let's try this. Let's try the guitar. So we had a man at church that helped us. So we did play the guitar a little bit. We got a little bit into it. And then I do have a few of those children that still, well, they're adults now, but they do play the guitar. So music, I really love it. My desire was to learn the guitar well enough to just sing by the fire, sing a few songs, and I'm still not even that good at it. I've started, but you know, you have to keep up with it every day. I also have a ukulele, and my granddaughters are in a homeschool group, and they play ukuleles for that too. So music is really important, and I love to play music, sing, and all that stuff. Yeah, good morning. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for the thumbs up, and thank you for stopping by. I am 2 subscribers away from 1,000, so I'm really excited about that. And if you know anybody if you have a friend, tell them to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, so I'm a teacher. This is my last week before the Christmas break, so you know this is going to be a tough week. And it started out, I had a hard time getting up this morning, but we did it. We're on our way, and hopefully it's going to be a good day. Looks like we might get some snow. It is 32 degrees. The sky is white. It looks like white cotton up there, and it looks very possible we'll get some snow. But looking at the weather report, it said we were going to get 50-degree weather. So you just never know in New Hampshire what kind of weather you're going to get. You might have freezing cold one day, and then it's bright and sunny and nice the next. So yeah, so Carrie, I think you're one that said you were going to get some knitting needles. Maybe during Christmas break we could work on some getting you knitting. Knitting is a really great thing too. I like it because you can take it wherever you go. You can, you know, if you're waiting for something, you have something to do. I really like making something and thinking about that person who I'm making it for. I made a really nice shawl for my daughter, and she loves it. I made a nice shawl for my mom. She's a little unique. She likes it, but she doesn't wear it. And I've made some baby sweaters. I started a new baby sweater. I probably won't finish it until next week. But even when I'm home, I don't just sit around and knit because I have so many other things to do. You know, it's because I'm gone all day, everything I need to do at home piles up. So my goal is to try to get rid of more stuff, but I'm telling you, it is really hard to get rid of stuff when you've lived in the same house for over 20 years, 25 years. And when you're running around trying to do this and that, like I have my mother that I take care of, and I also, you know, have grandkids I want to spend time with. So who wants to clean? Who wants to clean the house when you got so many other things to do? So the best thing for that is to downsize, get rid of stuff, try to minimize. And that's kind of hard. I'm at that stage where it is important to minimize. So I don't know where it is you guys live, but it is cold, and we actually heat with wood. So in the winter, it's a lot of work. You got to keep bringing the wood in, stoking the fire, make sure that it's all ready for the day, and then you got to come back and hope you have some coals that you can get going again. So that's how we heat, because it is so expensive to heat with anything else. I don't know how people do it, but we live on a very tight budget, and I'm glad that I have the opportunity to work at school, and it's a Christian school, so we live on a tight budget so that we can do the things we do. Alright, well, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Please give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.